Hey, this is Tony here with Salt Strong, and in this video I'm going to show you how to rig shrimp, live shrimp or dead shrimp, weedless. This could be very effective when you're fishing around any type of solid structure, such as tree branches or trees that may be in the water, also dock pilings, any type of solid structure, because these aren't necessarily weedless. You will snag weeds and grass on just the shrimp itself, so these aren't necessarily weedless, more snagless on solid structure. These are the Gamakatsu finesse wide gap weedless hooks in the 3/0 size. That's the size I like to use. They're perfect for shrimp and even bait fish. So as you can see, these hooks here, they almost look like a tiny circle hook, and they have a weed guard on there. And it's a plastic weed guard, just goes around the hook like so. And it's nice that it's plastic and it's not metal, because it's a little more flexible, so you avoid missing fish strikes. Sometimes when you have those metal weed guards, you miss a lot of fish because that metal is really stiff and it's hard to get out of the way to actually hook the fish. So these hooks work really good for making a weedless shrimp rig. Now, as far as rigging shrimp on this hook, there are a few ways. However, the top choice that I like to do is to actually pinch the tail off of the shrimp. That releases some scent into the water when you do cast this out. Also, it won't kill the shrimp if you're using a live one. Just pinch that fan off and then go through the bottom of the shrimp and then out through the top like so. Then once you have that done, just take that little weed guard, put it under the point of the hook, and you're good to go. Another thing I like to do is kind of pinch it so that it has that little angle and the hook rests right in there, if you can see that. So let me go ahead and show you some examples of casting to structure and not getting snagged here. Now, what you don't want to do when you cast this into, let's say there's a log in the water right there. I'm going to cast just past that log. When you get close to the log, you don't want to yank on the shrimp, because that can pop the weed guard out and you'll end up getting snagged. So when you get close, just kind of drag it over. Don't jerk the rod back, or you're going to pop that weed guard out and get snagged. Another example here, let's just say I'm pitching to this tree branch that's in the water. If I happen to cast a little bit too far, it might get snagged on there. As you can see, it's hanging there. Just give it a little bit of a pop and it'll come out. If that was on a jig head or a bare hook, that would have easily gotten caught. And as you can see, the weed guard's still on there. Hook point is not exposed, so nice and snag free. Now, when you do hook this shrimp through the tail, it makes it a lot easier to skip it into structure. Since it is snagless, this is what you would want to use, skipping it into structure. So just to give you an example here, I'll skip it right under this tree. As you can see there, I was able to skip it through. Then I'll bring it back in and see if that weed guard popped out. And the weed guard is still in place. So again, having that shrimp rigged through the tail is a great option so that you can skip it into structure. Now, you can also rig the shrimp through the head. That is more if I want the shrimp to swim. Let's say I was casting it to structure like a dock and I want it to be swimming around the dock. You can hook it through the head. I'll show you that here. What you want to do is go right between the eye and their little organ back here. There's a clear spot right in the shrimp, and just go through one side and out the other like so. And then again, put that weed guard on there, and that shrimp is ready to be cast around some structure. Now, some additional tips with rigging. I don't typically put a weight on there because I want the shrimp to be able to fall naturally. I just use that weedless hook there attached to either 20 or 30 pound leader. If I'm in really heavy structure, I'll go up to 30 pound leader, and then I have the hook attached using a loop knot. That just gives the hook a little bit more freedom to move so that you don't get snagged on anything. So again, those are some good rigging tips for rigging a shrimp weedless, whether it's live or dead. If you have any questions about this, please feel free to leave a comment down below. Or if you have any additional tips for rigging up shrimp weedless, definitely let us know. Until then, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.